Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and right now I got a guest with me, JD in the house. What's going on,
Hey,
JD?
what's up?
Long
What's
time friend
up?
of the show.
Yeah,
Hey, y'all know when I got a guest, y'all know that means we about to talk about something good. But first, JD, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. A nap sound nice, but I'm good. We up, we out, we hey. Yeah.
I feel you.
How
Day of
you?
rest for you.
Hmm?
It's a day of rest for you.
Any rest?
Yeah, day of rest for you.
Oh, something like that. Got a little work to get done, but that's gonna come a little later.
Ah, gotcha. I feel you. All right, well,
Hmm.
in that case, we shan't be here too long. What we're going to be talking about today is the latest Kiki Palmer and SZA movie. Well, really, SZA's starring role, debut rather. One of them days. This movie was released about a couple weeks ago, January 17th, and this was a pretty darn good movie, if I say so myself. Before we get any further along with this review, I want to remind you guys, go ahead, hit that like button down below, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got. All those handles are right down there on the bottom of the screen. It's our Black Excellence Month as well. So, that's why this one of the major movies I wanted to pop off with, because this is a Black Excellence movie. No matter how you slice it. And it did really good at the box office. We'll get into that a little later. But real quick, for those of y'all who don't know, One of Them Days, this is a movie about uh a girl named Alyssa, and when her boyfriend takes her rent money, and her and her roommate have to race against the clock to avoid eviction and keep their friendship intact. Um, this movie has been compared to Friday in a way.
Hmm.
So I guess we'll start there. JD, I'm not really that big of a Friday person to where I could have picked out the similarities, but I'm asking you, as somebody who, as of now, has very clearly understood the Friday franchise. What's your opinion? What's your take on that?
I could see why they compared it to Friday. Like, I mean, it's a movie about two best friends that's out here struggling to get it. Like they ain't got it like that. They just trying to survive. And so I could see the likeness to it in that. I mean, Friday was funny. One of them days was funny. Um, I guess they threw in certain little aspects like like the fight and
Right.
the romantic aspect of things and all of that, so I could see why they would compare it to that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, my only assumption with that is that just because it's like, you know, uh, about two people trying to accomplish one small time goal. I guess
Mhm.
that's probably why for me they would have compared it to Friday. You do have, like you said, you do have the similarities, not just with the fight, but also with what's the girl name with the that was after them the whole movie. What her
Yeah,
name?
she was Debo.
Yeah, she was the Debo as character. So she was like
Yeah.
Debo. Um, you had the oh, it was something else in there that I thought about that's not coming to mind right now. Oh no, and then you had she was more like Big Worm, and then the guy, the gang member at the end, he was more like Debo to me.
Oh, I
Yeah,
could
he
see
was
why
like they
you would
kind of
say that,
yeah,
but I kind of would switch those around a little bit because homeboy at the end, like Big Worm, he was somebody that was like, quote unquote at the top, and he was trying to get his money. You know what I'm saying? And
right,
that was the gang member at the end. Debo was the one that was like they every day we got to deal with this man kind of something. Like he coming for us on a regular basis. Like he ain't letting up. And
right.
that was kind of homegirl for me.
Okay, okay. Um, so we mentioned that this movie, like I said, focuses around them just trying to get the money for the rent, so they can not get evicted. It's really funny the scenarios they go to, are through rather. Um, Yeah, this it was a lot of interesting things about this movie. I thought that SZA was really good as a comedic actress in this. She
Yes.
held her weight in this movie along with Kiki Palmer. She has some really good one-liners. And I wasn't expecting her to see her as animated as she was in this movie. Um, I know SZA's getting a lot of praise for this film. People are really liking it. Where do you sit on SZA's big acting debut, JD?
I low key forgot that it was her first role. Like, I thought she did really good. She definitely was more. I can see why you say she was more animated in it than I would have expected. I think she did a great job. Like, she gave what needed to be gave. Like, she came with it, and she definitely held her weight beside Kiki Palmer. Like, that was a good duo. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Um, Issa Rae went that direction with it. I could see the vision.
Okay. Um. Yeah, definitely. I agree. I definitely agree. SZA did a really incredible job in this. It's like for her to be able to hold her weight, not just against Kiki Palmer, but also opposite Cat Williams, who's like a veteran, and
Yeah.
against even some of the smaller actors that were in the movie, maybe like side characters, background characters. She was really able to hold her weight as a lead character. Um, without being too annoying. So I really gotta give it to her because I thought she was gonna be a little annoying. I'm not gonna hold you
Yeah.
like here you go. Her character probably gonna be irritating as hell, but
Now her character was irritating.
what she was, but
The
she had a lot of
character,
depth too.
yeah, but she did a good job. SZA herself did a
Yeah,
good job as an actress in the movie.
yeah,
Her
I really.
character made me mad, to be honest.
Oh yeah, yeah. So let's talk about that, right? So the characters. So we talked about the actors and actresses, but yeah, I want to you go first. I want to hear your opinion on the characters. I feel like you've been holding this one in for a while.
So okay, character wise, first of all, I love Cat Williams. He did. He gave me like what I was looking for from him, even though it was a quote unquote smaller role for him. Um, but I love Kiki Palmer. Look, let me tell you, I feel like me and Kiki could be friends in real life. Okay, um, her character was the one that I resonated with the most. Um,
Mhm.
just life experiences and all that. I kind of feel like I've been where she was in that, trying to grow, be better, do something new. She was, out here. She was real life trying to get it. She working. She, got all of these other little things going on, but she just trying to keep her head above water.
Right.
And that was one of the reasons that SZA's character made me so mad because she was so selfish. Like she continuously put her friend and her in jeopardy over and over and over again, multiple times in this movie, um just for her own desires and what she wanted to do and for not thinking things through. And so I was very, very annoyed with with that character. um I By the time we got to the end of it, I was glad because it was a good movie. It was
Right.
definitely a good ending. And I love the, best friends, we figuring it out, and we gonna make it past our crap to try to understand one another, and we forgiving each other and all that. It's just beautiful, okay? Beautiful. But I was also like, so while the forgiveness is nice, what's the lesson actually learned here?
You know what?
Like,
What was the lesson, right? Like, what was the lesson really?
what's the lesson learned here? Because the apology is nice, but a lesson learned is so much better. Give me that any day. And so I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that aspect of it. I don't know. I don't know. What you thinking?
So with the lesson, I don't. I would say maybe stay ambitious about your. That's what I would say, because it was a lot of following your dreams and hustling and believing in what you can do and believing in your friends. So it was a
Yeah,
lot of that. But in terms of, I don't know, like I mean, if you want to look into, I guess, relating to, quote unquote, relating to black people, you could say, don't let that dude digmatize you into doing stupid shit.
I mean, yeah,
um that definitely has to be one of them. Like, for real. You know, oh yeah, so and go get the food snacks at churches or whatever, whatever they went to get the
first of
chicken,
all,
the biscuit snatcher.
first of all, I was so weak. She hit him with that car. I was only a matter of time because you can't just be thugging people food like that. But either way, I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know. I guess maybe she learned a lesson. I mean, I do think it was about, believing in yourself, believing in your friends, hustling, getting to the bag, this, that, and the third. Um, but I guess for me, I feel like the lesson I would have liked to see SZA actually learn is like not. I mean, of course, don't let the stigmatization get you messed up, cause that can happen. But like, I'm trying to get my words. I guess I don't know, cause I guess was what was really like making me boil about it was the fact that she did, give up their rent to her boyfriend foolishly. Like, what possessed you to do that? Like, you just handing racks over to this man
Right.
and thinking he finna go pay your rent for you. How we get here? Second of all, like, even after that, we chasing this man around town. Like,
Hmm.
we got this other woman chasing after us because of it, and you still over here talking to him at some point. Like, you've dragged all of this stuff to my place of business.
Yeah,
I'm
that was
trying
the
to
craziest
make
part.
better for us. You know what I'm saying? I
That was
believe
the
in
craziest
you
part.
more than you believe in yourself. And because of that, you drag on all your crap here and not only hindering yourself, but me too. And so I I wanted her to ultimately see how her actions were not for the benefit of them both, even though Kiki was trying to hold both of them down. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Right.
what I wanted her to get.
Yeah.
I
Nah.
wanted her to think about those things.
Yeah. No, I agree, because that was one of the things too. Is just that, at one point, SZA's character really did seem like just completely irresponsible. Like,
Yeah.
she just really just like, because for a while it was kind of like putting her character in a better light, to where, like, okay, like, she's kind of making better choices, so to speak. Like, she's trying to change, but then, like, once they got to that job interview, like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? And then out there talking about some help, help,
At
like,
this point,
I was
you
like,
just finna
yo,
get
come
beat
on.
down, beat dog, because you brought this on yourself.
Right, like, just stay out there and take that butt whooping, man. You just gotta take that
Yep.
ass whooping.
At
Cause
least if I get this job, we'll be able to pay the rent. I ain't finna lose it to come out here and help you fight this.
right, right. That was crazy. So that part was irritating as hell that she did that. But again, I guess it goes into her character. And what I like we both said, like, she was very irresponsible, but it wasn't like she was completely stupid.
No,
And
she wasn't stupid.
right,
She had some substance of her, she had something within herself. But I guess I feel like that's where the importance of being able to see that comes in. Like, Kiki saw that in her as her best friend. Like, even at the end of the movie, when it came down to, look, we finna have to get this money some kind of way. Kiki was there to say, okay, well, look, I've been telling you, you should have been selling this
right,
art. You know what I'm saying? I've been telling you that you're good enough. I've been telling you, like, and I've been here this entire time saying this, but because you didn't believe it for yourself, because you couldn't see it, like we're here now. You know what I'm saying? Like when we
Right.
didn't necessarily have to be, and it's only so much believing in you that I can do, like that will actually help. You know what I'm saying? You have to believe it too at some point.
Right. Yeah, and that's definitely one of the things that I liked about the characters, that they felt real. Like it felt like you mentioned earlier, like Kiki Palmer's character, you felt like you could just hang around her, and I felt that too. Like I felt like okay, like and not just them, all the characters in the movie felt
Mm-hmm.
like people you could see in your everyday life, people that you can encounter. The movie had a sense of realism to it. It felt like we were, just a part of the community in that movie. And I really like that. I think that that's not always easy to do, but I feel like it definitely
Yeah.
works better in movies that have two characters racing against a force over the course of one day. I
Mm-hmm.
think those movies always work good at really giving you good dynamics of characters because you're stuck with these two characters in the course of one day for
Mm-hmm.
the next 90 to 120 minutes. You have to like
Yeah.
these characters. You have to be able to relate to them, and all that to say, where I thought that this movie would have done bad in that, where I thought this movie would have fumbled that, where I thought this movie could have not been the way they would go about having that in the movie. Um, this movie far exceeded my expectations. I thought it went really good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that they nailed it. I think the writing was sharp. I think the directing was smart. Um, a lot of the narrative choices was good. I thought I really like all, even Cat Williams' random ass character. Um, shit was random as shit, but he felt
What?
like he
But he was
belonged.
real.
Like,
He was real. Okay.
yeah, seriously, like it felt so that's I think that's one of the things that really makes this movie so well liked, because it was the number one movie at the box office. It made back its budget and more. Like it over
Mm-hmm.
exceeded expectations when it came out. Um, yeah, this is loved by everybody. I think like what 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, and people are loving it on IMDb. You got so many high ratings, so much praise for this movie. With that said, do you think that this should be, or that this now is the era where we get these, non-slave
Wait, hold
movies,
on.
or do you think
It
we have
cut out.
still
You
have
said
a way to
where we
go?
don't get.
Oh, it cut out.
Yeah, you said where we don't get what?
Do you think that we'll get more movies like this, or do you think that it'll still be a while to get movies like this continuing?
Um, I think that these kinds of movies have always been here in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think that at some point, we've kind of gotten away from them,
Right.
but that's why it's always so much easier to appreciate when we do get these kinds of movies.
Right.
Because it's almost like a sense of nostalgia, like even with the fact that people are comparing this to Friday, you know what I'm saying? That's a classic joint. Like it ain't never going nowhere.
Right.
Um, and so and also I am a fan of all things Issa Rae. So the moment I saw her name on it, I was sure it was going to be
Right. Something of quality.
yes. And so I think that that is a major factor in why the movie gave us what it did, and why we are able to see all of those, characteristics in the movie and get that sense of community, and feel like we can relate to the characters because of who she is. In addition to the characters and stuff, of course. Um, but I think we could get more movies like this. It's just a matter of being able to remain creative with said movies.
Mm-hmm.
and not end up retelling the same stories over and over again. Because while they compared this to Fridays, it was not Friday. It was a
Right,
movie all on its own. It
right,
stood on its own. And I feel like in a world of, in 2025, we getting a whole lot of remakes and all of um reboots and yeah, and we can't fall into that because else then this kind of movie is going to start to die off because nobody's going to want to continue to see that same storyline over and over and over again.
right, right. Yeah, I agree with you. I think as long as they can keep it fresh, I think we can keep getting movies like this. I think the fact that this done really well is a very good sign that we can, because now it's just like, okay, well, you saw this, succeed here. As long as they keep the quality, what I'm saying?
Mhm.
As long as the quality is good, and like you said, the stories are fresh and interesting and innovative, like let it get weird. Let it get weird. Like,
Right.
we I think
We
we
here
can
for
do
it.
something like that.
I'm here for it. I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah, like it's something, because it's not just white people aren't the only people that can sit there and have a psychedelic trip or do some crazy shit with a fucking talking goat or something like that. Like, it could be us too. Like,
Talking go.
yeah, we can do that, and it could be called goat, and the goat be the greatest of all time of being goats, like the goat of goats. Like, come on, that's something mad dumb. Like, come on, like we can
Okay.
do that. We can have like I
I
think
mean,
it's
I
time for us
feel
to
where
have
you
fun in
coming
our movies
from.
again, like we used to do. Like
Yeah.
we used to have movies like that all the time. Like, I think we can get back to just having more fun and take it even farther. Especially with movies you had like Sorry to Bother You, which was real wacky and insane of itself. So you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so
I
yeah,
think there's definitely some potential in the field, and especially with it being Black History Month, man, we are some of the most creative people this world has ever seen. And I believe that with the right people, the right mindsets, man, we can definitely see like some good stuff come out. Um, I got a lot of movies on my list I'm ready to see this year because of that. So,
right. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for a lot of the black led movies we have coming out this
mhm.
year. So, and of course I'll be covering them. But in terms of this movie though, I already talked about how the critics have received it. It sounds like we both have a pretty good view of this movie. So, what would your official rating for this movie be out of 5 stars?
Hmm. I guess, can I do half stars? I get like 4.5.
4.5.
4.5.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. What brings it down from a 5? What puts that at 4.5 for you?
Um, I guess just kind of going back to I would have liked to see um a little more I guess they implied it to a certain extent, but I would have liked to actually see a little bit of the mental growth in SZA's character. Um, just kind of to be able to see the mindset shift in her. But other than that, yeah, that's what took it down for me. But other than that, great movie, loved it. I would have gave it 5 stars if it wasn't for that.
Okay, that's fair. I honestly, I give this movie 5 stars. I had a few weeks to sit with this, and this was actually so far. This is one of my most enjoyable movies of the year. Kind of saying a lot because it came out at the top of the year, but I mean, of the two movies that I've seen so far this year, Dogman being the other. Make sure y'all check out my review on that. I feel like we're off to a good start. Um, I like both of these. Well, let's talk about one of these days. One of them days rather. I like this a lot more than I thought I was going to, and that surprised me. I am not always. I'm not always I'm not always a big connoisseur of the female buddy comedies. Like I love watching them, but I'm not like too much. I don't like really watch too many of them. Um, but this one was definitely one that I would add to my list of ones that I have to have in rotation if I'm watching them. So it was very surprising, very funny. Yeah, and very good acting from the cast. So that's why I give it five. I give it 5 stars. So it's on the 5-star wall of fame for me.
Okay. I have been wanting to go see it a second time. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
So
then my rating might change. We'll see.
yeah, I mean, I mean, it's not wrong with 4.5. Honestly, like it's still there. Like
Yeah.
it's still high enough. I mean, but yeah, like I said, for me,
You
it
know, the
exceeded all my.
second watch always kind of gives you a different aspect that you might not have seen the first time.
That
So,
is true. That is true. I can only see it going higher for me though.
yeah, which
I
is
can
why
only
I
see it
said
going higher.
I could possibly see myself changing that, but as right
Right.
now.
All right. Well, that does it, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in to our review for One of Them Days. If you enjoyed this, go ahead, hit that like button down below, subscribe, comment down below. What was your favorite moment from the movie? Did you think SZA did a good job? Let me know in the comments down below. Big shout out to JD. You got
Hey,
something going on with you? You want to tell the people about anything, projects or anything you're working on? Any good
um,
manifestations?
I got some stuff in the works, so maybe in the future we can drop that. But in the meantime, you can. Well, actually, I mean, you can follow my cooking page if you want. That's at the Paper Plate Pusher on TikTok, Instagram, and let's see, my actual Instagram is JD underscore Jess JESS dreaming no G. Um and let's see. Just I mean, one of them days, man. I think that one thing we could all take from this movie is that life gonna hit, okay? We all
Right.
got something going on. We all going through something. And to just be gentle with yourselves, like, just keep pushing, keep moving, keep working towards whatever it is you're doing. It's gonna work out eventually. It has no choice but to. That's
Facts.
yeah.
Facts. Facts. Well, I don't know. I can't say anything better than that, honestly. Everybody keep your head on. Y'all already know. Follow me on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. And until next time, y'all. Happy Black History Month, Black Excellence Month over here. We got more coming up, so stay tuned. And until next time, y'all, be easy, stay breezy. Peace.